Hello, everybody. I am Jude Watson, and I have written 4 39 Clues books. Thank you. And the latest series is Unstoppable, and I wrote the first book in that series called Nowhere to Run. But I just want to mention before I set up the scene that a very important component of all of our series is the internet component. We know that maybe some of you like to go on the internet from time to time. And we wanted to incorporate that, Scholastic wanted to incorporate that into the series. That's why they're called multi-platform. You can go on, you can play games and puzzles, and the reason that we're doing that is because that's where you like to go. And so you can go back and forth between the books and the internet, doing the games and the puzzles, and really feel a part of the story, if that's what you want to do. So, in Unstoppable, Amy and Dan meet up with their greatest enemy yet. The only problem is they don't know who it is. So this scene takes place very early in the book when they go to New York to look for a clue. And while they're there, a car pulls up and 2 men in suits come out with FBI badges and say, we need to talk to you downtown. And they get in the car, and suddenly all the locks go down, and they can't get out. And it's soon clear to them that these are not FBI agents. These 2 men drive them north of the city to an isolated place, a bridge called the High Bridge in northern Manhattan, which actually exists. It used to carry water to the city, so it's really wide. And it's closed to the public. And there are big iron gates and big iron chains, and these men just blow through them like butter. And they take them to the edge of the railing, and that's where we're going to pick up the tense scene. So Brandon will begin as narrator.
You've got a choice. The voice was low at her ear. After all that exertion, the man wasn't even breathing hard. You can go over the side and land in the river, or the highway. The river's gonna feel like concrete anyway.
The other man snorted a laugh. He was short and muscular with a blonde buzz cut. You see how nice we are? We're letting you choose. Amy saw Dan's chin shaking. Then he gritted his teeth. Couple of choir boys he forced out.
Amy wanted so badly to reach out to him, grip his hand. Yes, Squirt, the shorter man holding Dan's hand said. And you're a couple of daredevils horsing around on the bridge. I can see the headline now.
Choose, or we'll choose for you. The man holding her wrist grinned. Amy saw the flash of perfect white teeth. She saw him up close, the texture of his pores, the shape of his eyebrows, his ears. What kind of person, she thought, would throw 2 children off a bridge like it was all in a day's work?
They dragged them to the railing. The river was a dark, oily channel. The streak of car lights on the road, the lights of the low buildings, the faint sound of a car horn. Honk. Her teeth were chattering. She looked straight up at the luminous sky.
River, she said. The men released their wrists. Amy grabbed Dan's hand at last. Her baby brother. She couldn't save him. She had spent months running, training, lifting weights, and studying martial arts.
And here they were, on this high bridge with nowhere to turn. They wouldn't jump without a fight, but she knew they'd lose. She'd rather go down fighting. She felt Dan's hand tight in hers. She knew he was waiting for her signal.
Come on, kiddies. We don't have all day. Climb over the fence. The metal railing was wet and cold. Amy curved her fingers around it. She put her hand over Dan's.
Get going, the man behind her barked. He put his hands on her waist and pushed her roughly up. Amy felt her balance wobble as she hung on to the railing. Panic roared through her as she started to tip over into space.
Amy! Dan screamed. The man tried to tear her hands away from the rail. She couldn't breathe as she squeezed her around the waist as she kicked, trying to push off the metal railing and sent him off balance. She had barely registered her shock when she was suddenly flipped over the railing. Amy screamed as the dark river rose up below her. She heard the squeal of brakes.
And someone had her by the ankle. Dan's face, looking down at her, his mouth open, his eyes wild with terror. He had both hands wrapped around her ankle while the goon behind him had his arm wrapped around Dan's neck. Dan's face was purple, screaming. Amy swung in midair.